Hi, I'm Veronica Vance. Coming up, we experience a supernatural time during happy hour at the Ghost Bar. Cruise the D on 2 wheels for a bike and brew tour, and then we tempt our taste buds along the Nautical Mile, so stay tuned.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.
Hey, I'm here at the legendary Whitney restaurant in downtown Detroit. It's an elegant restaurant known for special occasions. You get dressed up to come here. But up on the 3rd level, they have a special place called the Ghost Bar. We're going to do a little investigating to find out why they call it the Ghost Bar. So come on, going up there. Well, here we are on the 1st floor of the Whitney. It's very beautiful. This is where you have your dining experience, but we're headed upstairs to the 3rd level, the Ghost Bar. Well, I'm coming up to the 2nd level, and I see how all this ornateness can kind of lend itself to a spooky feel, like for instance, the claw here on the light fixture. And I don't know if I'd want to be here alone at night, but I'm gonna keep going. Now, one of my favorite parts about dining at the Whitney is that you get to walk around the 2nd floor. You're just free to wander. They've got all these little secret side rooms. You can look at all the ornateness, and of course the piano. Stories are that this piano has been heard to play on its own, and of course it's underneath this picture of this little boy who stares at you no matter where you go. Look, I'm moving here, I'm moving here. His eyes are following me. I don't know, I'm getting goosebumps just looking at it. Well, here I am heading up to the 3rd floor, and I hear the piano music going, and I know confidently it's from the 1st floor, not the 2nd floor. Cross my fingers. Oh, and it's beautiful. This can't be haunted. It's too pretty to be haunted.
Well, there have been rumors of ghosts. There was a knife incident in which a knife fell off the 3rd floor staircase and landed straight up into a cutting board 3 floors down. There was nobody in the 3rd floor. There was an old manager who claims that he spent a good 15 minutes following an individual around after he had already closed and locked up and thought the person was trying to sneak into the building, and to no avail, never found anybody and finally gave up. There have been pictures with spooky things popping up. There was a woman that was taking a picture of the 2nd floor to show her daughter, who was planning on having a wedding here, and there were some ghostly images that came up on the picture that of individuals that were not present at the time the picture was taken. You do have paranormal dinners every so often, right? We do have paranormal dinners that we do every so often, where there is a tour of the facility.
This is a Whitney Hour special? Or
this is a Whitney Ghost Bar special. This is our flaming seafood tower. We have split lobster tails and flaming sambuca shrimp. On the 2nd, we have mussels there, and then on the bottom we have split king crab legs along with shrimp cocktail. That is the sambuca. And that is our flaming seafood tower.
Wow, impressive.
Little more than I could take, pity for pity's sake. Sometimes it kept me away.
So a little less spooky out here, actually quite inviting.
Yes, a little more open, a little more green, you know, very Michigan-y, if you will. We're going to have the garden out here. We're going to have live music 7 days a week, and we're going to run different dinner specials every night. We've been doing garden parties for 20 years now, so boiling some lobsters right now as we speak.
Hey, well, Tony, thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to sneak back in, and dare I wander the Whitney alone?
Hey, I wouldn't go alone, but you know, hey, you're more than welcome to wander.
I'm gonna. What are you making here?
We got a marinated chicken breast right now, and we're going to put a little barbecue sauce on it for our barbecue chicken.
Okay, and you get that nice grilled flavor because it's out here on an open flame.
Exactly.
All right, I'll let you do it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, how much fun you get to be outside.
I know, my favorite.
And so what would you recommend to somebody coming to the garden bar?
Well, on a day like today, when it's a little warmer out and you might need something to cool down and relax with, my personal favorite is gonna definitely be the cucumber Valentine martini drink.
Cucumber Valentine martini. That sounds yummy.
And it's not necessarily a traditional martini, it's more of a cocktail. But so first what I do is I take a scoop of our cucumber puree that we make using the finest of cucumbers. And then we use the finest of vodkas, my personal favorite, Valentine, made in Ferndale, right down the road. Oh yeah. A little pour here. Oh, here we go. Here's our drink. So, and let me throw one more of these.
Wait a minute, so what did you add? What did you add to it?
That was just a slice of cucumber.
Oh, a slice of cucumber and a little club soda.
And a little bit of club soda.
Okay.
And let me know what you think about that.
Oh, that's nice and refreshing.
Oh, thank you.
It is. Oh, I see why it's your favorite. Yeah, very nice. You know, I love cucumber water too, so it's a nice spin on that.
Right, and we've been thinking about taking our vodka and maybe chopping up some cucumbers and letting it sit in there, because that lends really, really light, wonderful cucumber flavor to the vodka.
Okay, I'll be back for that.
I'll be here. I'll see you then, okay?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yum. So what's a trip to the Ghost Bar without their signature drink, the Ghost Martini? Now you're mixing this up for me, and I know you don't have any particular ghost stories yourself, but let me ask you this. Would you be here alone by yourself at night?
Yeah,
you would? Really? All by yourself?
Yeah.
Nobody else in the house? And no story? Well, see?
There'll be one person in the house.
This is beautiful. Very haunting.
Yeah.
I love the color. Can I drink it right now while it's
I can give you a straw.
Oh, it's fun to drink. It's nice and citrusy. And it's so much fun. Well, there you have it. The Ghost Martini at the Ghost Bar only in the day. Thanks, Beverly.
Welcome.
Bikes and beer? Oh yeah. Throw in a little bit of history and you've got the Motor City Bike and Brew Tour. Let's go.
A reason why I started here, besides the gorgeous parking lot that we're all in, is the fact that Traffic Jam and Snug and Motor City Brewing Works, at least in the Detroit area, were the first of the small breweries that came back as the craft beer boom started really in this area in the 90s.
They like seeing us out there enjoying the city, so make sure that you let them know that we appreciate them allowing us to share the road with them as well.
Hi Steve, so I'm excited to go on this bike tour today. We're going to learn a bit of brewing history.
And we're going to learn about the post-Prohibition brewing history in Detroit here. And today we're in front of Motor City Brewing Works and Traffic Jam and Snug Restaurant, and we're about to leave and go on our route that loops around downtown Detroit.
I'm ready. Let's roll. So we're starting off on Canfield, just pulling out of the parking lot, Traffic Jam and Snug. Now, what you were explaining, the difference between they were a microbrewery as opposed to an official brewery?
Opposed to a brew pub. So in the state of Michigan, you're going to have two main tiers, which is the microbrewery and brewery versus a brew pub. And a brew pub is what Traffic Jam and Snug is. And what they do is they have a liquor license and they're only allowed to produce beer on site and sell it on site. They're not allowed to sell beer through a distributor. In the case of Motor City Brewing Works across the street here, they're a brewery and they can sell beer on site and also sell beer through a distributor and get bottled products out in stores. But as the industry continues to grow, you continue to have more breweries pop up because the consumer's looking for more bottled product for retail. Right where that park is, once stood the Zenda Brewing Company. Zenda Brewing Company was one of 4 Polish breweries that existed in the Hamtramck, edge of Detroit area here. So Hamtramck kind of came up over to here at one point, right?
How experienced of a rider do you recommend you be to come on this tour?
We really designed it for all skill levels. So the idea was we would create a simple 10-mile loop that really anyone, any average adult could bike ride. We wanted to have average folks that maybe don't normally get out and do this pothole, have a chance to bike here. All right, keep going, keep going. The first building to my left here, where it says Metro Cold Storage, was at one point the Detroit Brewing Company. And they were in business from 1886 to 1948. And they were originally called the Continental Brewery. And eventually they relocated themselves back over here into Eastern Market and formed the name Detroit Brewing Company. So a lot of people don't realize that this Stroh's ice cream plant once was the Global Brewing Company, which was considered the second largest competitor, or the competitor that actually scared Stroh's in Detroit. And in 1985, across the street there, they finally closed the Stroh's plant. And they were still in business for another 14 years, but they weren't brewing any beer in Detroit at that point.
And what's nice too, the price of admission includes lunch and a beer.
So like our bus tours, we try to make the whole thing all-inclusive so that you could just come out and enjoy the day with us. We don't want you to have to worry about who pays the tab or who tips this guy. We really want to be like, we took care of everything for you. Come out and enjoy your day.
Have fun and relax.
So in the bus tours, it's the same concept. You get on the bus, we go to 3 breweries in 5 hours. You do 3 tours, you have 3 beer tasting sessions, and everything's taken care of for you.
Now we're heading into the Elmwood Cemetery.
And we're gonna go by some grave sites of some former brewers, some famous brewers in the Detroit area here. August Goebel, the founder of Goebel Brewing Company, was born in 1839 and died in 1905. Bernard Stroh Sr. is who founded the Stroh's Brewing Company. And he's buried with his wife at the next stop we're going to go to, and the majority of his family.
This part of the tour alone, it's gorgeous, this little gem that you take us through.
I would say that 90% of the people we've had come on the tours have never been in here, didn't know it really existed, and have told us that they really enjoy this piece of it. Stroh's River Place was formerly the home of Park Davis and Company, and it dates back actually to the early 20th century, brought back to all their glory. That's a big plane. Let me tell you, this is an exclusive tour today.
We arranged that.
Yeah,
we
arranged that. That was all part of the shoot. So they opened this 1.3-mile stretch in It's not that hard to bike through the center of Detroit. You getting hungry?
I'm thirsty.
You're thirsty?
I'm really thirsty.
So here we're at Grand Trunk Pub, and this is where our lunch stop is for the Motor City Bike and Brew Tours. And we have sandwiches, and we have a round of beer set up for everybody. That's with our bike tour, and we kind of got our own section in the back. So.
Very cool. And all included in the price of the bike tour.
Exactly. So we try to make it all inclusive and make it simple for the riders. Oh, I wish I had my hat on. Oh, my makeup. So a big reason we chose Grand Trunk Pub here is their selection of all Michigan taps. At any time they have around 14 or 15 Michigan taps, give or take stuff being out. And it's a constant rotating tap list. So kind of as the seasons change, all these breweries kind of switch out into different beers. And then at the end, everybody will get a voucher, and they use that voucher over at Traffic Jam and Snug Restaurant, and they can get around there too.
Oh,
so all that's included in your ticket.
Here's the beer in your bucket.
He's taking us to some really neat places, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's nice to see the way they're cleaning the city up.
We've learned a lot about Detroit that we haven't learned before, and seen a lot of the parts of the city that we haven't seen before. And I've never been through Detroit really by bike, so it's interesting to see.
It's great. We're having a wonderful time.
Yes, it's fantastic. We love being able to come down and learn new things about the city, and this has been just
more than we even expected.
Our first time being down on the riverfront and everything, so wanted to check it out.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's showing off the best of the city and how it's biker friendly.
How about cheers?
So I'd like to thank everybody for coming today. This concludes the Motor City Bike and Brew Tour. I'm glad you guys could all come out here. Now I'm going to give you guys all a voucher, and you guys can all head into Traffic Jam, have a round, we'll all celebrate, relax a bit. But please feel free to jump between the two places and enjoy these two great breweries.
Well, thanks,
So thanks for coming.
I had a lot of fun. You've turned me on to biking and brewing as well. Did you guys all have fun? Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Thank you.
Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride.
There are plenty of things to see and do in Metro Detroit this month, and our calendar of events is up next to point you in the right direction. Enjoy the jazzy adventure Catch Me If You Can at the Fisher. Then spend a day out with Thomas at Greenfield Village. Get motivated by health and wellness guru Jillian Michaels. Then be moved by the timeless love story Aida. Superheroes save the day at the Motor City Comic Con, and the Detroit Symphony Pops come together for a special tribute. Discover fine art at the Village of Rochester Hills. Then stop at Eastern Market for their Mammoth Flower Day show. Have some good old-fashioned fun at St. Mary's Polish Country Fair. Then stimulate your senses at the Movement Electronic Music Fest. The Birmingham Village Fair offers rides, games, and food. And Comerica Park turns a little bit country for the hoedown. Autopalooza kicks off with the Belle Isle Grand Prix, and the Mount Clemens Art Fair is another great reason to get outside. To learn of any changes, log on to visitdetroit.com or call 1-800-DETROIT. I'm in St. Clair Shores along the Nautical Mile, and this area is really the gem of the D. We've got restaurants, we've got retail, and of course the beautiful water. And it's all right here on Jefferson between 9 and 10 Mile. But before we delve into all the restaurants, we're going to make a first stop at Gifts Afloat, where it's everything nautical you could ever need, and it's all top-notch quality stuff. Come on. Well, I love all this nautical themed giftware. It makes me feel like I'm on vacation, but I'm actually right here in the D, right in St. Clair Shores. But doesn't it like remind you, oh, you go away, I want to bring a little piece of something back, the cute little seashell lamps. Well, Don, I'm so excited to be on the mile, Nautical Mile. It's such a gem out here in St. Clair Shores.
It certainly is. We are just 1 mile from 10 to 9 on Jefferson Avenue. We have 5 marinas. We have about 10 major restaurants with a lot of smaller ones, delis, so forth. It's just fun. We're on the water. We do have a lot of transient boaters. They come in from Ohio, Canada, from all over. It's like a resort area. And what's so unique about this area is we have such a variety. We have the Greek, we have the Mediterranean, we have the Mexican.
And seafood. I mean, you can't think of
seafood.
Nautical Mile
Absolutely.
without seafood.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, Donna, I'm going to go check out some of these restaurants. We're going to start our journey of these restaurants along Nautical Mile at, well, I can't think of a better place than at the beginning. We're at Fishbone's Rhythm Cafe. They're right at the southernmost part at 9 Mile and Jefferson along the Nautical Mile, and let's go in and see what they're all about. Now don't be fooled by the name. Fishbone serves up more than just seafood. They also have thick, juicy steaks and freshly prepared sushi. And they do it all with a little Cajun kick by bringing a part of New Orleans right up to here in the D. Yeah, they do have alligator on the menu. So tell me, how do you like Fishbones?
Fishbone's a great restaurant. We come here often.
Yeah.
And we love the food here. We like the ambiance. I mean, the bar behind me, I mean, it's always full of people.
This is a great outdoor area. It's like this own little oasis right here off Jefferson. And speaking to the great variety that the Nautical Mile has of restaurants, we are now inside Rojo Mexican Bistro, which serves fresh, contemporary, and delicious Mexican entrees.
At the end of a hard week, we know we can come here and get good quality food, a great atmosphere. It's consistent and it's fun. I love the view.
Cheers, I'll let you get back to your Friday evening. Thank you. I'm now at an island hideaway right here on the Mile, also known as Waves. It's a chill and grilled restaurant that serves island-inspired food that's been influenced by the Caribbean, Cuba, Key West, and even Hawaii.
Everyone is so friendly. The food is excellent. The people are great. It's like you're on a vacation away from home.
Yeah, an island getaway. Then I understand, too, that this whole bar area turns into a real happening place at nighttime.
Yes, it does. Oh, my goodness. You will have so much fun here.
All right, well, I'll be looking for you on the dance floor. Now I'm at Brownies on the Lake, and they are literally out on the lake. Now this place was closed for a number of years, but now they've come back with an El Primo location. And of course they've got wonderful seafood here, but because they're also affiliated with Andiamo, they also have excellent Italian. If you decide to eat indoors at Brownies, they've got a great nautical theme. But look at this, just to attest how fresh their seafood is, they've got a raw bar right here on display. Probably caught today. You guys come here a lot?
Oh, we come here a lot. We came here last summer and they have bands out here and, you know, freak docking, and we bring our boat here every summer, and it's a great time. Food's great here, and we have a wonderful time when we come here.
Now, Steve's Back Room is another great example of the variety of restaurants that they have along the Mile. They serve fine Mediterranean food and spirits here, but they also have this really great deli counter with things that are made right here on the premises. They've got tzatziki sauce, grape leaves, and look at this, jalapeno cilantro hummus. How delicious does that sound? Get some of that to go.
The reason that I come here all the time is because the food is fresh. And it's Arabic food.
It's some of the best food in town, you were saying.
Oh yeah, that's the best food.
And now we're off to the Greek Isles at the Pegasus restaurant. Now they claim they serve the food of the gods, but of course one of my favorites is saganaki, also known as the flaming sheep. Opa!
I'm here from New Orleans. Drove all the way up here just to see what it was all about. My friend Pete, my brother John from New Orleans also came up to visit. Here we are, Pegasus on the Nautical Mile.
We love Pegasus!
And last but not least is Pat O'Brien's Tavern right on the corner of Jefferson and 10 Mile. Now their claim to fame is that they serve the best perch in town. They've got 16 different beers on draft, and of course they've got that awesome patio outside lined with TVs to watch all the sporting events on. And do you enjoy the food here too?
Oh, I love the food here.
Yeah?
Very good.
Just a nice place to come and relax.
Yep.
Start your weekend off right.
Come down here to get some eat.
Enjoy a drink.
Enjoy a drink.
All right. Nautical Mile right in St. Clair Shores on Jefferson between 9 and 10 Mile. We've got water, retail, and restaurants. And oh yeah, keep an eye out for Restaurant Week every year.
truly believe what it's like in the D. It's all happening here, right here in the D. There's something you need to hear about Detroit City. You just gotta be here to truly believe what it's like in the D. It's all happening here.
Well, that's our show. Thanks for watching. I'm Veronica Vance. And remember, if you'd like more information on any of the places we visited, log on to visitdetroit.com. So until I see you next time, go out and explore on your own and discover the D. To learn about discounts and special offers for featured attractions, plus how to get copies of Visit Detroit magazine, click on visitdetroit.com.
Production funding for this program was made possible by the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau, driving tourism growth in Metro Detroit since 1896. More information is available at visitdetroit.com.